Hello, everybody. I want to welcome everybody to this training section or webinar. I hope everybody is doing very, very well. I'm also doing very well. So this video is an overall guideline to anybody that want to start or run a home care agency. So home care agency, the term home care, according to North Carolina here, that one represents the non-medical. Non-medical meaning you don't do anything skilled wise. And you provide light housekeeping, um, meal preparation, what else can I add? Bathing, dressing, companion care, doctor's visit, errands, shopping, help with eating, housekeeping, incontinence care, laundry, light exercise, living care, I've said meal preparation, medication, reminders, oral hygiene, personal care, um, transfer assistance, toileting. Those are the non-medical. Okay, that's the home care. When we say home health care represents the skilled part or the medical part of care agency, and that includes wound care, trade care, G2 peg tube, oxygen administration, and all the skilled stuff that a registered nurse or licensed practical nurse has gone to school, gone for training in a number of years, a year or two or four, to be able to take care of patients with complicated issues. So I hope that difference is clear to you, because a lot of people get confused. What is a home health agency and what is a home care agency? So if you are taking um, if you signed for consulting service with me, you have access to this training course that takes you from starting brainstorming for a name for your home care agency or any business to getting it registered with the state. So since I'm in North Carolina, I will say North Carolina State, and getting your EIN number from the IRS, and then creating your business Gmail account, your business Google My Business page, getting a virtual office. If you don't have one yet, you can get a virtual office or a rented space that you can use from time to time. If you are on a super tight budget, business or companies like Regus is Regus. Regis provide as needed office space. So you don't have to fully rent it. So you can have a virtual space and you can go there for a number of hours and a number of days in the course of the week to transact your business, to take care of business. If you are running on a super tight budget, starting your home care business, you can go that route. You get all those things done, and then you okay. So today in this session, I'm going to give you the checklist. Okay, I'm going to run down the checklist that you will need to run a successful home care agency. So let me pull that up here. I'm trying to pull the checklist here. There we go. Already. All right, let me maximize it so you can see my screen. A home care checklist allows agencies to systematically manage the diverse aspect of providing top quality care, ultimately contributing to the overall health and satisfaction of the clients that you are going to be serving. Okay. So if you cannot afford a consulting service, perhaps this video can give you, the picture, the broader picture. And I'm going to pin it down. I'm addressing it from a broad picture, and I'm going to nail it down so you can go on. Maybe you can afford to buy a policy. If you cannot afford to buy a policy, you can use ChatGTP, get all the checklist for the policy and procedure from your state board, your state office, the department that is responsible for issuing the licensure. And you can give it to Claudie or Claudie.ai or ChatGTP, and it can give you a policy and procedure. You fill in the gap wherever Claudie or ChatGTP is missing uh, an information. Okay, so whether you are a seasoned home care owner or trying to start your own home care and you want to have a roadmap, this is the roadmap. If you are in my consulting service, as you go down the videos, regardless of where you have reached in the business, I highly encourage you to start from beginning of the course and go through everything. Once you do that, it will let you know what you missed from the beginning of your business and how to improve it. Okay. So don't skip anything. I strongly encourage you not to skip anything. All right. So you start with the internal operation checklist. Okay. Before you get to this point of client evaluation, you have to have done your internal part, which is setting up, registering, and setting up. By this time, before you come to the client evaluation, you had set up the name, register with the state, gotten your EIN number, okay, and then you've applied to the state, you've been approved and given a license, and after that, you have your even before you got approved, you have your website developed beautifully for you, because we are living in the virtual world. Let me put it that way. Living in the virtual world. So you cannot say that, yo, I don't need a web. You need it. Okay? You will need it. So don't get it twisted and don't be deceived. You will need it. Okay? All right. So get it set up, get your website design set up, get all your social media handles set up, get someone to do great graphic designs for you, to set up your LinkedIn account. LinkedIn. Most RNs, you can find most RNs. That is if you are going to be dealing with the skilled side. You can find your LPNs, your RNs on LinkedIn and on Indeed. Okay. All right. All right. So once you create your social media handles, this is going to come in handy at the end of everything I'm about to say. for marketing purposes. Okay, you need your presence online, especially with the Google My Business page. It's your number one gold mine. Now I am more interested at all. I'm into the private pay um, side of home care. So you will not hear me talk much or train you on how to credential with Medicaid and the other insurance because that's not my specialty. Okay, I like to deal with the ones that I am more familiar. Regardless, I know the process of applying for those Medicaid thing, but I'm not focused on that for now, at least for now. However, when you take consulting services with me, I will personally take you to someone who will use maybe 1 or 2 hours to help you get credentials with Medicaid and all the other major insurance services if that's the route you want to go. So let me know if you are consulting with me, if you are interested in going that route. I will take you to a business partner and then have her help you. Okay, that's a different charge altogether and it's reasonable. So don't worry about that. Okay, so now when you have the internal thing taken care of, you have your business plan developed. If you don't have a business plan, when you go on my Payhip online store, you can have the bundle for all those templates very, very cheap over there. Okay. So get one and then tailor it to your business needs. Okay. You can also design all these documents are inside the that ultimate home care bundle, the template. It has all these forms that you can edit. So it gives you estimated revenue calculator in Excel. All you have to do is to manipulate the numbers. So if you are dealing with Medicaid and they want to pay you um, $28, $25 per the client they've given you. So you know that, okay, they give you 8 clients and then they are going to pay you processed hourly rate 25. You see, it's right here, 25. So this is just numbers that is being put here. Okay, for the non-medical, it can start from 24, 25 to 28. This one also increases. So you put your number here, you multiply that by the number of hours that the state is giving you. If it's capped, you are getting 80 hours at least. If you are getting 80 hours or you are getting 40 hours a week, you calculate that by the figure, the rate, the hourly rate they are going to pay you, and then you'll be able to figure out how much to pay your personal care assistant. And one thing I'm going to be talking about is, longevity with your staff. I'm giving you tips how to maintain them because it's not easy to get staff these days. Okay, so all right, so let's look at the client evaluation. So client health condition, medical history. When you when the when you get a call from a client needing service, you introduce yourself, you tell whatever your role is in the company, and then you tell them, you ask them what kind of service they are seeking. Okay, if they are seeking for in-home aid service, um, in-home aid service, you can charge a little bit extra than the companion sitter. Okay, so I'm talking in terms of private pay. if they are looking for respite companion sitter, you can you for you to price reasonably and not shoot yourself in the foot whereby you will not make any profit. Allow the client to speak first. Okay. I'm not reading whatever I'm sharing with you. I'm talking from experience with clients and things that I have gone through. Okay, so be patient with how I'm presenting it to you. So before all this, when the clients call you, be be slow to speak. Let me give you a key here. Be slow to speak. Okay, be fast to listen. Have a notepad and a pen. Okay, be writing whatever they are saying. When you are quiet, tell them I'm writing. That's why I'm quiet. So they will tell you, oh, hello. So I'm needing service for. Let me give you a typical example. So 2 weeks ago, I was talking to a client. I called her. I got her through referral. So I called her, and then she said, I'm going to have surgery done in November, the third week of November, and I need someone to take care of my mother 24/7, at least for 3 months till I recover. So once she start talking, I'm writing. So I know that the service is for her mother. She mentioned the age of the mother, the how long the service is gonna be, because how long it's gonna be is gonna help me to draft the care plan for 3 months. Okay. Now remember that when you make your initial visit, put your date in your Google calendar, your phone calendar, and any other calendar, because a week to the 90th day of that initial visit, you have to do a supervisory visit. This is something the state will audit. And if you don't have a supervisory visit, 90-day supervisory visit for client that you've obtained over 90 days, you'll be in trouble. Okay? You'll be in big trouble. So keep that in mind. All right. So once she started talking, she said, I don't have much, but I know I need service for her. So that gave me a clue that, okay, this is not a super rich client. Okay. So I have to be reasonable with my pricing. Now, because of that key word she said, what I would typically would say that for the companion service she was asking for, I would easily have said $35 an hour, because that's what almost every most of the agencies here, they start from 35. Okay. And I'm speaking from a month or two of research. Okay, I have a virtual assistant that works for me. She calls these agencies, pretend to be a CNA to get how much they are paying CNAs, how much they are paying PCAs, HHAs, everybody, how much they are charging a client. She calls another time and asks, "Yo, my mother needs service, blah blah blah. How much are you charging for companion service, for in-home aid service?" So I have a cell sheet of all these agencies and their name, their address, everywhere they are located here in North Carolina, the entire North Carolina state, and how much they are charging. So it gives me a picture, an idea. I don't want to go too low, nor too high, so I will lose that price. Because she says she didn't have money, I told her I would charge her $28 an hour. Okay, so you can do the calculation with me. $28 an hour. Okay, for a 24-hour care. So 24 hours times 30 days. Okay, so this woman needs 720 hours in a month, right? Okay, so the 720 a month times the 28. Okay, $28 per hour. Okay, so she's going to pay that much. I'm charging her hourly. You can choose to charge hourly, or you can choose to charge um, maybe per day. So you can say, okay, per day I'll charge you $180. So every single day you can charge a person $180. If you charge them $180, you can pay your live-in companion person. You can pay them $120. So 180 times what? Minus 180 minus 120. So the $60 is your difference, is your profit a day. Okay. So 60 times 30. So times 30 days. Okay. So you're going to make 1,800 profit. Okay. Per that person. So 1,008. If you get 5 of these clients, that's 9,000 a month, right? Just for you, because the 120 goes to your care aide who's going to be there. Okay, so 9,000. If you have 5 clients, that's giving you that money. Okay, so if you have 10 clients, that's 18,000, right? If you have 20, that's 36,000. Okay, so 36,000 for the entire year. If you have 20 clients for the entire year patronizing your service, companion service, okay, living companion service, you be making 432,000 a year. That's your profit. Then you do the necessary deduction, paying of your office rent, your mobile phone, internet, whatever other, if you are using payroll service, definitely you also pay your payroll people out of this 400 and something a year. Okay, that's a reasonable picture. So based on that, you'll be able to calculate off it. So if she agrees with the $28, then client evaluation will come in. You ask them what is a good day and a good time to come and evaluate the loved one. They'll give you a date and time. If it works for you, always negotiate what works best for you. Then you go. So when you go there, these are the things that you are looking to do. So you get the client's health condition and medical history. That one you can get off the phone when they start talking. Their Alzheimer, they've had this and that done. That gives you a clear. So you can have your forms out, fill in those, or you can write it on a notepad and transfer it later to the form that fits that uh, section. Assessment of clients' physical abilities and limitations. So, my mother can walk, she needs a minimal assistance. She can walk. She's a little bit forgetful, but she hasn't gotten to the stage. That gives you an idea, their physical abilities and limitations. Okay. Evaluation, and by the way, whether a PCA, CNA, whether they are going to do companion, in-home aid, they all get a flat rate. Okay, it doesn't change. A companion sitter, you charge a flat rate. In-home aid, flat rate. Respite care, flat rate. The same number, the same amount for your caregiver. It doesn't change, or it doesn't have to change. Okay. If you try to change it, it can create confusion for your calculation of your profits. So if you maintain it at a flat rate, you'll be very much safe in your head. Okay, assessment of home safety and accessibility. So that's when you go to the home. emergency contact and procedures. So that one goes on a form. Understanding of the client's social and cultural needs. That one, the daughter or whoever will fill you in. Assessment of client's communication skills and sensory, vision, hearing. All those one will be provided to you on the phone by them. And then when you go there, you will see. And based on this first information, you come to the next one, care plan development. So setting achievable goals for the client's care. So for 3 months, what do you tend to aim to achieve? What's your achievable goals? This should come practical. Any registered nurse can do this, okay? So if you are the owner and you have no healthcare skills or you are CNA, you don't know how to do care plan, that's why you need an RN as your director. The RN will draft. So let me show you a typical care plan um, document. So I have all these documents, like I said, in that bundle, very, very cheap, reasonable. Home care plan, okay? And you can edit, delete, you know, just tailor it to the needs. Okay. Current physical mental issue to be aware of. You know them here. You write them there. Recent patient history and dates. If they've been hospitalized before 2 months ago, if they fell, everything. Make sure you are asking pertinent questions, relevant questions. Patient list of medications. You list everything down. So the medications, the RN listing all the medication will give you an idea that okay, the patient take this kind of medication. So you are able to educate your staff to be on the lookout for signs and symptoms for that patient because they are on these medications. Okay, all right. Food allergies, likes, dislikes, list of any. Okay, so you do body assessments. Make sure there's no wound present on them. We don't want a situation where, oh, when you guys came, he had no wound. Now she has wounds. No, we don't want that situation. So check from head to toe. The RN would do that part. Physically, mentally, what are they able to do? What can they do? Their wake up routine. You want to write all these down so you can orientate the your staff, the PCA, before they go to the person's house. You call them on the phone, you give them the rundown of this care plan and the patient's do's and don'ts, their routine, what they like, what they don't like, so the best care can be given. If you don't do that, the staff go there and do anything, it will come back to you. Your agency reputation will be at stake. They'll go and write bad reviews for your business, and you don't want that. You do not want that to happen. Okay? You don't want that to happen at all. You can see one of my businesses, it has 5-star ratings. The few that remembered to go and rate it. Look at what. So last week I got a client who needed CPR. And then she said, when I typed CPR, your agency came first. My agency came first. She came to do ACLS for 195 and did BLS CPR for $85. Within 2 days, I've earned that money because of these Google reviews here. Okay. She read the reviews. She loved what she read. So it's important that you educate your staff well because they are the face of their business. If they go and mess up, the client will go and write bad things about you online, and nobody will patronize your service. And it means you are going down, God forbid. So nutrition, hydration. So you want to make sure you get to understand, whether they are drinking well, whether they are hydrated well, and the plan for that. Okay. You educate your staff. Hey, be encouraging the client to be drinking water. Offer it to her. Mobility. Every 2 hours, get up and walk around the house with the person. Make sure they are using their walker, they are using their cane, whatever it is they are using. Social interaction. Be talking to the person, not just let the person sit by the TV and you be on the phone. Okay, you have to specify in the employee policy. They shouldn't be on their phone while they're in the client's house. They should engage the client. Okay, all right. So that's that for the care plan development. Let's go down the list. So staffing, this is very important. Okay, um, be sure you are hiring the right people. If they don't have experience and you are willing to train them, then be sure to give them 2 to 4 hours of training about PC, how to be a good PCA. If you don't know the like North Carolina, the DHSR department, they have a curriculum for PCA, 80-hour training. You can get that curriculum and train your staff. The one who is new and doesn't have any caregiving experience, but you want to use them to work, train them using that curriculum, you know, give them the rundown so they can do the right thing. So recruitment, you have them fill application. If your RN can do drug screen on site, okay, you can order your that 12 panel, is it 12 panel, 14 panel drug screen, 25 caps. I think it's about $79 or so on eBay. Okay, within 4 or 5 days you get it. Let them pin the card when they come to fill application, because if you give them another day and if they are junkies, they are into drugs, they will not take the drugs those days, so it will not show in the urine. But when they come to fill application and you do the drug thing there and then you'll be able to select the bad from the the bad from the good from the bad, whichever way comes first. Okay, so you can use e-verification. You can create an account with e-verify and do your own background check through them, or you can use a third party company to do your background check. Okay, those HR, Gusto, HR and payroll, Wave, Rippling, there are a lot of them there. I personally like Gusto. So they can do the background check for you within 24 hours. You pay, I think it's either $15 or $20 per person. So before you do that background check, you have to interview that applicant. You create, let me start from here for the staffing. Create an employer account on Indeed. And then, so those of you in my consulting service, is in the video training. I've made a video how to create the account, get verified, and then create a job. I've made a video about that, creating a job and everything. So watch that. So if you're watching from YouTube, you create employer account. There are tons of videos on YouTube for you to learn how to do that. Very, very simple. Post your job and you will see how many PCAs and HHAs will come flooding. Interview them first. Ask them, what shift do they want to work? Do they want to work day shift? Do they like evening shift, night shift? What can they do? What is the experience? Can they, if you call them for drug screen, are they willing to come for drug screen? Be writing about them. Then, if they meet the criteria to work for you as a PCA or CNA, then you ask them, can you come in this date and fill application? Then you print the application package and give it to them. Don't just let anybody come and fill application and waste paper if they are not a good fit for what you are looking for. Okay, so you do that comprehensive background check by asking them what they've done. When they start talking, they tell me about yourself. If you don't know how to do interview, you can ask for my interview template. I'll give you the questionnaire that I use. Okay, basic questions. What's the pay rate desired you are looking for? They will tell you. So if it doesn't fall in the category that you are starting your PCAs and CNAs, then it's not a good fit. Don't let her waste her time. Come and waste your paper. Okay, don't waste each other's time. Okay, and you have some of the applicants telling you what they want. Okay, if you don't have, do you have tuition reimbursement? Do you have health insurance? I tell them I have workers' comp for now. Okay, just tell them what you have. That's the basic insurance every agency is required by law to have workers' comp insurance. You can get one through Gusto when you use their HR pay rate services. Do you have to have someone in your office? If you can afford to pay them before you get a client, good. If not, you have to double tax. You can have a virtual assistant from Philippines. Okay, you can get and they can help you tremendously. I have a virtual assistant. I pay her 150 a month. So every 2 weeks, I pay her $75. Okay, and she helped me a great deal. It's up to you what you want to do. So I do in the I do. You can have someone who can be an administrative of assistant and also a backup caregiver if you want. Okay, you can have somebody like that. Make sure that they sign the job description. They have read the job description. They've signed it. They know what is expected of them in that job role. So if someone is going to have a double role as assistant and then also as a caregiver, make sure you have the job role for the assistant she signed. The caregiver that she also going to do as a backup, she will also sign that. Because when the state comes, they will inspect every profile. If they signed the job role, if they understood what they were getting themselves into, date and sign. And then when the background check comes, everything is cool. They have to come for orientation. They sign the orientation date. You have to have 12 in-services done. And the most important of the 12 is bloodborne pathogen and infection control. Every year, it has to be part of the 12 in-service list. Okay. So I have that list inside the package as well. If you get it from the store, my store. And then those who are consulting with me is already in the bundle that I give you in your shared Google folder. Okay. So you make sure that you do that 12 in-service. They sign the last page of the in-service document and give it to you. You put it in their file. Every year, your employees have to have that signed. Okay. It is law. It is the law. Okay, so you have to ensure that your staff understand their roles, their responsibility, and client-specific needs. Establish substitute staffing procedure in case of. So hire PRNs, those who are willing to work for you, PRNs, those who are willing to work part-time. Hire all kinds of roles. That's what I do. Okay, when I put a role, I put PRN roles. People will come and apply. I put part-time, people will come and apply. I put full-time, people will come and apply. And then when I call them for interview, I ask them, are you looking for PRNs? If they are looking for PRNs, what kind of notice would they want to have? Um, if you call them within 2 hours, would they be available to come and work, or they need 24-hour notice before they will come and work, before they can go and fill in it, just in case someone is sick, a permanent staff is sick. Okay, so there has to be ongoing training every 6 to 12 months. You have to have in service for them, train them. If anything happened on the job, make sure you do in service on whatever has happened so it doesn't happen again. Okay, let them sign the document that if any gross insubordination or any other thing that they're not supposed to do, that they sign within, let them sign the employee handbook, that they read it, they understood it. Go through your policy and procedure with them. So the next one is quality assurance, regular care plan reviews and updates for all your clients, frequent client and family feedback and satisfaction survey. So you can email the clients a satisfaction survey, ask them how your staff, your agency is doing, and would they recommend word by mouth to their other friends and stuff like that. It helps your business to grow. So regular staff performance evaluation, implementing changes based on feedback, regular audits to ensure compliance with laws and regulations, ensuring all patient information is stored securely. So make sure you are storing the client information securely. So you have to have a file cabinet that locks, that has a key. There has to be a keyed cabinet. The state will inspect that when they come to your office. Okay. All right. You want to incentivize your employees, let them know that for 90 days they are on probation, 6 months you'll be evaluating them. And if everything go well, you ask your client, they've been taking good care of them. You can incentivize them, give them a $50 gift card, $100 gift card, something that you want to keep these employees for the long haul. So if I know you can afford it because you'll be making profits. So spend on your employees, make them feel special. Call them in the course of the week and thank them for the great work they are doing. Appreciate them. Once you are doing that, when people feel appreciated and honored, trust me, they will even put in more effort. Okay. All right, so coordination with healthcare provide establishing and maintaining communication channels with clients, doctors, therapists. So when you are doing the skilled part, you always want to make sure that medication, refilling, clients' appointment are not mixed and all that. Be calling the doctor's office, coordinating with everything, the therapists and everything. So the next part, that's what it says. If there's any significant changes, you have to let the doctor know. You comply with the healthcare recommendations and instructions. Okay. Emergency procedures. So staff training for emergency conditions. That should be done during orientation. And every 6 months or 3 months, it depends on you. Make sure, according to your policy, how your policy is written, you are doing this. Ensuring easy access to clients' medical records and emergency contact information, 24/7 on-call support. So who is going to have the on-call phone number? Is it you? Is it your RN? Is it you as the agency owner or the RN that you've hired? Someone has to be on call 24/7. And that's why you have to pay your RN, your director. You pay the person well so they will do that job well. Because when there's an emergency, she or he has to go to the client's home. Okay, so you have to pay them well. Financial aspect. So transparent billing practices, understanding of clients' insurance coverage and billing, financial agreements and contract in place, regular financial audits. So with this aspect, I personally, I bill my client, I charge 50% upfront. I do private pay. So I tell the client, okay, with my agency, we charge you, you pay 50% upfront of what we have agreed on. So if that's okay with them, we will start the service. Before the service start, they'll give me 50%. That puts money in the agency's pocket to be able to pay um, your employees. That is, if you don't have any big starting capital. Okay, this is the best way. And then you draft client's agreement form. And I have those agreement forms in the package. Okay, you tell them just this is not any, but you would like to make things official and formal, so that so that each and everybody is clear. Okay, so you send the invoice to them, and then you bill them. They pay. A free software called Waze app. You can use it for your invoice. Waze.com. They have their accounting app, they have their invoice. It's for free. You don't have to pay anything. You can sign your agency with that, and then use it to bill your clients. Okay. So, and then you make sure they sign the contract. That the contract should also say that if they don't like your service and they want to terminate, they should at least give you 48-hour notice. And then if anything that you think is not a good fit, you give them 2 weeks notice or a 1 week notice. put that in writing in the agreement form so everybody understand what they are getting themselves into. Health and safety. So regular home safety inspections, infection control protocols, client accessibility needs addressed, ramps, handrails, safety measures, smoke detectors, check all those things in the client's home. Okay. Availability and maintenance of necessary medical equipment. So you deal with the clients, the whoever was signing up with you, make sure everything, their wheelchair, the bed the client is sleeping on, everything is in good condition and safe. The environment is safe, the home is safe. All right. So thank you for joining me. I usually don't do long videos like this, but I hope this was helpful. This is the rundown overall for the home care startup, whether medical or non-medical. Okay. So the last part is your marketing. Now, marketing, I will have to do a separate video for it because it's a cycle that you have to go through. And the basic ones that I can tell you is that you have to have brochures printed, business cards. Make sure you are visiting your rehabilitation centers, all the rehab centers in the counties that you are licensed to service. Visit all the rehabs, talk to the social workers, give them the brochures and the business cards, and ask them if they have any activities that they do on the weekend that your agency can help out with, any activities that your agency can help out with. That will keep your agency in their mind because you volunteer to do something in the facility. Go to the hospitals, get in touch with the social workers, give your brochures and your business cards to them, and if you can grab their email address just so you can keep in touch with them, just reminding them that your agency is there if anybody needs home care at home. You'll be ready and willing to assist any way that you can. You can get 10 to 50 yard signs, put them in great vantage points in the traffic lights where it's visible with your phone number and the services that you provide. If you do private pay or insurance, you state it on your yard signs. What else? You can also get that car magnet that you can put a label by your car side on your car sticker, those big stickers, so that anytime you stop in traffic, people can see those things on your car and then call you, for service. You may never know where your traffic source. You have to keep track of where your traffic is coming from. When someone call you or you call, well, when they call you, you ask them where they got your number from. So you will keep doing that wherever they got from. You keep implementing that more to get more clients from that way because you got to keep track what is working, what is not working, and what you can do to change it. I hope this is helpful. Those in the consulting services, you have extra video of the marketing, scaling up your business, the marketing aspect. All right. Thank you for joining this webinar, this training. I hope this has given you the broad and the narrowed way of starting your home care agency or operating it. Give us a like, a thumbs up, share, comment, subscribe if you haven't done so, and let me know if you have any questions. And my clients, my students, let me know in the training sections if you are, or contact my the cell phone number that you have. Any questions, please go down the training, the modules, work your way down, and then I will see you on in your office or your business site. And I pray for success for everybody.